Technology is to take knowledge. Technology, take knowledge. As long as this technology is taking knowledge to the doorsteps of the needy, it's very useful. But if it is misused, it becomes technology. It tricks you into wrong things, and then there is no return from there. Therefore, while technology is the best friend of man today, it also can be the worst enemy of man. It is up to the man whether he makes best friend out of this technology by taking the knowledge from it, or gets tricked by it and thereby makes it his worst enemy. Our hospitals use technology, our schools use technology, communication, travel, every sphere of human existence is supported by technology. And therefore, technology is one of the most important aspects of human life today, especially in the wake of the present crisis of the coronavirus, where people are talking about contactless transactions. Banking become contactless, contactless travels, contactless education. I don't know, robotics might become more contactless surgeries. In so many ways, the world is going to see a new change. And this change is there to stay. This is not going to go away immediately. This is a new change, and this change is going to stay. It means people will be dependent on technology for their own personal as well as public welfare activities. So all the more it is important to teach our children how to use the technology, lest they should hurt themselves. It's a double-edged sword. You can cut yourself too. So that also you put up a nice welcome video saying these online classes as an initiative are for you to utilize your time well during your lockdown period or at home, or to catch up with any concepts that you have not understood well, because now the 10th class boy can still go back to the 9th class and see the video and recollect what has been learnt, or 9th can go to 8th, then 8th can go to 7th, and that way everybody will get an opportunity to even revise online. So you have a lot of opportunity. All the knowledge without a good teacher is no use. Teacher in the screen is fine, but the teacher with his character or her character really influences the child, and that is the true education, because this is only half the education. Our scriptures say that. What do say? Mundaka Upanishad says that. Dve vidye veditavye. Two kinds of education is to be learnt in this world. Para chaiva paracha. There is one apara education which is of the world, the material education connected to the world, and there is para, which is the higher education of who you truly are. This education of the world can be taught by technology, apps and things like that, which is a necessity. It's not to be ignored. Because our scripture says, yes, we have to learn both. It did not say, even if you don't learn one, it is all right. It said, learn both. So, apara vidya is material education, subject knowledge, vishaya jnana, as we say. However, the higher education, which is of letting people know how to lead their lives well, how to conduct themselves in the society, how to behave morally, how to uphold their character, and ultimately how to lead a life of purity to attain divinity, can be taught by a teacher who is also into the same kind of life. And that importance of a physical teacher will never be lost in the Indian Gurukula system of education. So when they approached me and said, what should be the name of this? And they're going by what has already been done. Should it be Jnana Vahini or any other Vahini that you can think of, technology Vahini? No. Let us think. So I took 2 days from them. So let me think and name it in a way that will uphold the ancient ideal of education of Indian system of Gurukula. At the same time, it is very well amalgamated with the modern ways. So while the knowledge comes from the ancient traditional method, the way of delivering should be modern in its approach. So it should be a nice combination of both. And then I thought to myself, what should be the name? We said it should be Gurukulam because that is our ideal, and our institutions are necessarily Gurukulas because we all stay with the Gruhavasa. We are staying in the house of the Guru. all of us. Therefore, Gurukulam is the right approach. But today, it is not just about launching an app with the name Gurukulam. It's a whole new beginning, a whole new change, a whole new shift in the way we have been learning and teaching all these years. It's a different era that is beginning today with the launch of Sri Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam. It's no more Satya Sai Lokaseva group of educational institutions. It is Sri Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam. The whole concept is now undergoing a major change, a major shift. And you will understand in the days to come what is this shift that is happening. But here we are to uphold the great ideals of the Indian Gurukula system of education, with para and apara vidya given equally. In present day, we spend most of the day learning the apara vidya, and for para vidya an hour or half an hour here and there we squeeze it into our schedule. But going forward, the system of education will allot equal time, equal energy, equal effort to both para as well as apara vidya. In Ramayana, these four brothers, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharat, Shatrughna, in the Balya Kanda, Valmiki describes how they are once they go for education to Vasistha and come back, how they are. He explains to them. And very important, he explains in four beautiful lines what is their character. Sarve Vedavid Shuraha. They are knowledgeable of all the Vedas and they are Shuras, the courageous one. One quality. Second, Sarve Loka Hite Rataha. They are always engaged in the welfare of the world. Third, Sarve Jnanopasampannaha. They have all the knowledge. Veda with knowledge is there. Also other knowledge, Jnanopasampanna, related to the world and the other aspects of life, they have knowledge of that. And finally is Sarve Samudita Gunaihi. They're the repositories of all the good qualities. Gunaihi means good qualities. Sadgunaihi, Sugunaihi, whichever way you want to put it. Not Durgunaihi. They're all Samudita. From them emanate all good qualities. Like fragrance emanates from a flower. Natural to them to be good. These are the four things were described by that. By whom? By Valmiki, about the disciples of Vasistha who are studying in the Gurukula. What are the four? First, Sarve Vedavid. Knowledgeable in Vedas. Shuraha. I want to replace it for our Gurukula because we don't have any Ravana to kill around. Dhiraha. So first goal of our Gurukula is Sarve Vedavid Dhiraha. The discriminating ones. Knowers and discriminators. Not shouters and fighters. They know what is right, what is wrong because we are Vedavid. So Vedantic education, Vedic education will take the front seat now. First opening is Vedavid Dhiraha. That is the first quality of our Gurukulam. Second quality is, why should you all Sarve Loka Hite Rataha? Everybody who is learning in this Gurukulam should dedicate oneself to the welfare of the society at large, not for personal welfare. Personal welfare will happen if you are interested in the welfare of all. Third is Sarve Jnanopasampanna. I only know computer, I don't know anything about music. I only know music, I know nothing about cooking. I know cooking, but I know nothing about driving. I know driving, but I know nothing about gardening. I know gardening, I know nothing about Goshala. I know Goshala, but I know nothing about computers. That won't work. Jnanopasampanna. All the jnana of the Gurukula, you must be able to gain a complete personality. And finally, Samve Guna, Samudita Gunaihi. All good qualities should emanate from you so spontaneously. There is no effort to exhibit your good qualities. Should emanate from you. Samudita, collectively emanate from you. How? Like the fragrance comes from a flower. Natural. A jasmine flower doesn't put efforts to give out fragrance. It is natural. This is what was described of the four brothers who studied in the Gurukula. So we would like to see those kind of students, boys, girls, who would be able to live up to these four great ideals of education. Veda with truly knowledgeable about our own ancient scriptures, our Indian culture, our philosophy, our spirituality. That is the backbone of this education. Because it's becoming a Gurukulam. It's no more educational institutions. Backbone of this education is Indian culture and spirituality. Sarve Lokahite Rata. The hands of this education are to serve the society with all the knowledge. Sarve Jnanopasampannaha. The head of this education is knowledge of all the matters of the world. I am a science student, I know nothing about civics, I know nothing about social. No. You should have a knowledge of everything and then the expertise in your own field. But knowledge of everything, but expertise in your field. And Sarve Samudita Gunaihi. All good qualities, love, kindness, compassion, forbearance, patriotism, service-mindedness, sacrifice, detachment. All good qualities should emanate out of you as fragrance naturally emanates out of a flower. So these are the 4 pillars, like the stool has 4 legs, 4 pillars of Sri Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam. So this is, app is an excuse to launch an idea. This app is only a nimitta to bring out a greater idea. And our concept is very clear. We want to give the best of the education in the best possible way to bring out the best from out of our students for the best of the world. Nothing lower than the best. Best means in the present constraints, circumstances, with all the resources, whatever is at our disposal, the best. Best education in the best possible way to bring out the best out of our students for the best of the world. Not even good of the world, for the best of the good of the world means give them food, give them education, give them some health care, give them shelter, give them a job. Best of the world is give them Atma Jnana as well. So that nobody fights with anybody for any reason. The world becomes truly a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is not possible unless our education now ups its challenges to face the higher realms of Indian education, not just the regular education, the Indian way of education. That is where we are now going. And this is a turning point. This is a moment of truth. This is that flexion point where from here onwards everything changes. So first the Gurukulam word itself, why did it appear on the screen? Not because it's a nice fancy Sanskrit word, nowadays everybody uses Sanskrit words. It's not that. It truly should live up to the name that it is receiving. Second thing I want to tell about this technology and this Gurukulam is that while the first aim was to ensure that our students who are at homes, they don't undergo any loss of knowledge or they don't end up spending their time at home in unnecessary things because their mind is free. Idle mind is devil's workshop. So let us give them some good work to do. That's how the first thing started. But larger idea you must understand. Lot of children drop out of the schools. Even today, from the high school to until 9th, it's compulsory and free education. And child labor is not allowed, which is around 9th class, 14 years or something like that. After that, you become eligible for doing labor. So most of the parents withdraw their children at that juncture and they don't allow them to study further. Plus the other problem is that for every one high school, one primary school, there is half a high school. For every half high school, there is a quarter of a PUC. It means not even 25% facilities are there for a primary school fellow to go to PUC. See, there are 100 primary schools, there are 50 high schools, there are only 25 PUC or probably 10 colleges finally. So it is not possible for everyone to continue education in the regular way. But what can this do for them? You think for yourself. Those who had dropped out for whatever reason, could not continue in the formal education system, or those who have studied in systems where the education was not of high quality, several schools, they don't have teachers. One teacher takes 5, 6, 7 subjects. Some of the places, there is no blackboard. There is no proper facility for people to sit and study. You know, Annapurna volunteers would know. They go to these schools. Tell me where so many schools lack basics, infrastructure, teaching staff, and those children also suffer. Can they afford a paid app on education with all the fancy technology? Can they pay for it? They cannot. However, there are some Ekalavyas out there, who don't have proper system or proper infrastructure or teacher, but they're so keen on learning. They're ready to educate themselves. They're ready to put that effort all by themselves, provided somebody holds their hands. Out of 25 crore odd students in the country, 16 crore or so are in schools. And at least 8 crore of them don't have proper access to good quality education. At least 8 crore of them. These are only ballpark figures. These are not very detailed survey analysis, but I'm saying even if it's 8 crore children don't have the high quality education because they belong to rural area, villages, remote areas, no access to high school, no access to PU colleges, no access to this kind of technology. Think what this can do for them. Our students will come back, our teachers will look after them, but those hundreds and thousands and lakhs, in fact crores of students who still may not have that kind of access, be it at high school level, be it at PUC level, and soon maybe at university level too. They may not have education that quality. But what can they do? They can still enroll themselves into national open schooling or national open university, register, and since they cannot afford going to any college and paying for coaching, they can use all these videos and all the methodology here to teach themselves, and they can also go and write the public exams. And they can get a certificate for themselves. So while we have launched this for us, primarily, it's like the cow that gives milk for its calf primarily, but then everybody else also gets to drink. Like that, though you all have worked so hard to launch it in order to ensure that this vision that our children should be engaged and meaningfully engaged in their day-to-day activities in their homes by learning, the larger benefit of it, the extra milk, goes out to whom? Goes out to all those children who cannot access quality education, but they are eager to learn. And they can learn from here, they can study up to 10th, and they can go and write a public exam, get a certificate for themselves, they will get some better job, or they can enroll for higher education. Now keeping that in mind, the next big step of Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam is to move on from any particular state or related syllabuses to a national syllabus as the first step. You have to go 3 steps, you can't just jump 1, 2, 3. So now from the state-oriented syllabuses to a national level syllabus, from there a very indigenously designed, considering all the aspects of Indian culture and also the modern technology, studying the curriculum of not just the schools in India but also abroad. Because now world is one small place, this is global village. Now what you must know what's happening with the other countries, what the education there looks like today. It may come later to India. But we can bridge this gap through technology. They can get access to the best of the knowledge from around the world and the latest, sitting right at their hostels and their classrooms. And this not only because of through, see today Tata is there. I met this man in Delhi and I told him we want to talk to you about education, can you do something? Then they came here. So like this, these people understood our system and they became so happy. They said, fine, if you're going ahead and doing it, let us provide whatever support we can. And that's how all these things are coming together. Their videos, their high quality classroom study material is all just they're offering, but take it because you are doing free for so many. Similarly, as the time passes, many more minds will join. And they will also become a part of this noble initiative where not only our students will benefit from it, but at large, students from around the world, not only India, I'm saying around the world, be it Africa, be it some Somalia, Sudan, be it some Nigeria, where this quality education is still inaccessible. Even otherwise in our neighboring countries or anywhere in the world, the education reaches to them absolutely free of cost, at least from our side. Now what they need for technology and a device that probably wherever possible we are providing, but otherwise the education content goes absolutely free, without any charges whatsoever. So you can understand this is not just a small initiative, which is just to take care of the lockdown time for our students. or help the other students during the lockdown. This is a lifelong sadhana seva to uplift the children from around the world. Now they'll come into the education system through this app, through the material knowledge which they're wanting to have. But now we have to start the para side of this app also. Once this happens, I want to add the moral side of it. I want to add the Indian cultural general reading, and very importantly, I want to add Sanskrit learning. Children at their home can learn Sanskrit. And then slowly add to them. Some Subhashitanis you begin with. Then you, from Subhashitanis and stories, slowly you go to small scriptures. Some shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, some shlokas of this, so that generally this knowledge starts spreading. Moral stories. So that is the second part of it. Now this apara side is going well. The para side of it also should add on to this. Of course, children can come on out of their own interest and do that. But we will say, if you have done this para course on our app, you get a small certificate from our institutions. A feather in your cap. You have done a Bhagavad Gita class with Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam. Wherever you are sitting in America, but you have done this. Here is a small token for you. It's going there. And that is the only solution to take care of so many children in the world who are right now who don't have access to education. Even if they have access to education, only to the apara, only to the avidya, not to the vidya. For them, this app can become very, very significant. I'm not saying everybody will go and first they will come, like Yashoda will attract Krishna with the butter, they say. And then she keeps the stick behind to teach. Like that, while it will attract the students into this app because it's free to anybody, so they may come looking for that. But through that, they should be slowly directed towards learning the higher things in life. What is truth? What is dharma? What is the purpose of human life? How one should lead one's life in this society? All this is the other education that will slowly get into that. So we have to work on the other side too. Of course, this is the need of the hour. It's done. But simultaneously, there are so many good teachers who can talk and explain stories. Moral stories are there. Simple scriptures like Bhagavatam, Ramayana, and Bhagavad Gita, or some small Upanishads. All this is possible. You can even do basics of music, Western music, Indian music. You can teach how to chant Vedas, how to sing bhajans. All that can go on this app. And from there, let children around the world take from it. It's free. It's not to be charged to anybody whatsoever. And people can use it. So add everything that a Satya Sai Gurukulam would finally be a part of it. You can even add how to cook a sambar or how to cook upma. The only thing, they cannot eat it. That's the only problem. They can only see it on the app. Isn't it? But you can add anything that is needed on a Satya Sai Gurukula platform. How to take care of cows, how to grow vegetables, how to repair small things. Now, so you make many more sections. Indian culture, spirituality, self-dependency, social conduct, behavior, anything that you think is going to be relevant for the children, because most of the children don't learn this. I was reading somewhere in Singapore and all and many other old countries, there used to be a course on home economics. So graduates will learn something called home economics, means how to run your home, especially women will learn how to manage your budgets and how to spend and wisely, and what else is required to run a home. There was a whole course on home. This was not like BSc Home Sciences. It was a home economics which boys also could take, girls also could take. All those courses were removed because there is no home, there is no home economics, because everybody is living wherever they want. So the whole trend, so many good, useful things can be done. Our children can participate if they want to teach something. You want to teach some basics of swaras and ragas, put it up there. It's open for you. And let children learn from wherever they are. You want to, girls have some nice recipe, they want to put it up there. We have learned this. If when your alone mother is unwell, you can cook this at your home for everyone. You have got one. Somebody knows some music instruments, you can put it up there. Anything else. Somebody. So this has to be developed into a whole department. As I said, it's not just for our students. It's for everyone. And suppose more volunteering teachers come up looking at this, saying we want to also be a part of this, we will also take a few classes. Keep putting them, getting more than our teachers also, if they do it freely. If they come and say, give me a 2 lakh rupees, 3 lakh rupees, I'll give you 10 videos, no need. Such teachers I don't want. That is what others are doing. Those who voluntarily are touched by this idea come forward and say that I can take some economics. I am a professor of economics, but I am so touched by this idea. Okay, sir, please record a lesson and send it to us. Let's see where it fits into our whole thing. So that's an additional reading. Somebody says, I'm an animator. Can I make a few animations for you and send it because you're doing good work? Most welcome, please send. We will edit it and put it accordingly. But you will see as the time passes how the interest grows. Not in a half a day or 2 days, you cannot see the results. But see it over a year or two. How around the world people will come forward to volunteer, give their time, energy. I was very touched by one of our students who runs a small NGO. And he in Bhopal, in the slums, almost this is story 15 years back, if not more, 10 to 15 years back. What he did, he took a laptop and put it in a slum. He provided them with the basic internet facility. And then he connected the people, teachers in Bangalore, and told them these slum children don't go and pick all the garbage every day because this NGO used to process this garbage, what you call waste management. So these children were the garbage pickers. So they'll daily pick things. So what these people did, they said in one room they got somehow, and they put that laptop over there and put these 8-10 children saying, after you finish picking your daily garbage, come and sit here. At that point in time, somebody will come online. That was like direct online classes. And then these children will read and learn from them. If nothing, at least they learn to write their name, to count few numbers. When they are given money, they know they have been given enough money or less or more. They can communicate better. They have some knowledge of the things. See, that is the country that we are living in. There are children like that, which we are not aware of. We think we are all fine, so everything is fine. No. There are children who are very, very in bad situation. But there must be some eager learners there. I read a story, very inspiring, of a man who was joined after his, I think, PU or something, he joined as a railway fellow in Kadlur railway station. And he was just a simple railway, platform, some kind of a service manager there. So his job will be trains come, train go, he has to look into this coming, going, scheduling. They won't even give him a room to stay because he's a bachelor. They said you have to just sleep on the benches in the railway platform. And they will tell him, and he would beg the in charge of guest toilets, the waiting room toilet people, to allow him to have bath and use the toilets. Because there was no facility given, even though he was given a job under railway, no facility of living and bathing also was not given to him. This boy, all by himself, uses technology, studies. Today is an IAS officer. Best of the children don't become IAS officer with all the coaching, but just his Shraddha. But some technology helped him. So he told trains will come till whatever, 12 o'clock. So after 12, and again trains will start in the morning, they'll arrive at 4:30. So this night, 3-4 hours which he would use for sleeping, he used that time to study and learn. And that's how he has become an IAS officer. And today his heart is burning with passion to help so many more children. Because he has suffered, he doesn't want others to suffer. And therefore he is doing whatever he can in his capacity as an officer when he has some power at his disposal. This app is not just for today. It's forever. So, and this work that you have started is just not for today. You should consider yourself blessed because you're a part of a very, very noble, very amazing and eternal cause for the welfare of children around the world. Not just in our Karnataka, not just in our here. Many will get inspired by this app. People will come forward and say, can we do it in Italian? Can we do it in African? Can we do it in Sri Lankan language? Can we do it in Malaysian language? Can you provide us with, somebody will get inspired and start off for the children of Malaysia or Indonesia. We never know, good can attract so much goodness to itself. So while our effort would be to make sure that we provide the best in the best possible way to the children, as of now in Karnataka, India, wherever they can use this, but eventually it should grow into a platform which should help all the children around the world. I'm so saddened. While one side the whole world is struggling, children are struggling, institutions are struggling, and there is this whole group of capitalists, there's trying to see where is the money-making opportunity in this whole thing, and this is the money-making opportunity. I was surprised that they're inviting teachers ready to pay whatever they want, just for the sake of creating these kind of apps and enrolling students online and charging them for this. Should you even think of such a thing in these circumstances? It's like a thief who starts stealing jewelry from people who are struck by an earthquake. In Gujarat, when earthquake came, I heard horror stories. How people were getting crushed under that concrete, and there were thieves who were removing their jewelry and running. These kind of capitalists, are they any less than those thieves who see an opportunity in such desperate situation and try to see how can they make a little extra money? It is sad, especially in the field of education and healthcare. Suppose it was about some other luxury thing, I can understand. Education, this is for children. Health, it's for everybody. They're using these as opportunities to make money. How low have we fallen in our thinking as humanity? That is why sarve lokahite rataha. That is why sarve jnano upasapanna. Our children should not follow this track. Sarva lokahite rataha should be the theme of it. Learn everything, get all the knowledge, learn Veda also, this spiritual knowledge. But ensure that all these knowledge with all your good quality is ultimately put to use in the development, welfare, help to the society, especially the children. I'm very, very keen because there's so many children who are just they're hapless, they're nowhere to go. They should become empowered through this education. And what kind of education doesn't just fill their heads, but also fills their hearts and teaches them how to use their hands to help others. That is when change in the world will happen. So we will put more modules. This is good, very good to begin with, and very good that you have done these many videos. And as they say, old adage, when one teaches, two learn. Definitely it has happened in our teachers' case. They have learned how to express themselves in front of a camera, how to be confident, how to improve their communication. Isn't it? Haven't you all improved as teachers? So who's the first beneficiary of service? Who does the service? Second beneficiary is the one who receives the service. First beneficiary, all your teachers have become better in terms of expressing yourselves, communicating. Your concepts are far more clear now. Because you yourself would have had some dark corners here and there, some gray areas. All that would have gone away. And when you see yourself speaking in the camera, now you see yourself from the student's point of view. That's the biggest benefit of this camera. For once you can put the video and sit and see, if I was a student watching myself as a teacher, am I impressed with the teaching? Does it not give some kind of sense of satisfaction and also confidence to you? That yes, I did this lesson quite well. And now you are able to see yourself from the eyes of the students, which is so important for the teacher to have. They only see one way. They should see this two way also. They should also see how students perceive their teaching. Is it really worth or it is not worth? You yourself can understand this after seeing your videos. So much of good this app has done to everyone. IT people have learned anything is possible. Anything is possible. Technology is so powerful. Anything is possible. If 10 people get together, anything is possible. As Henry Ford said, I can, yes, you are right, you can. I can't, yes, you are right, you can't. They said, yes, we can. And that's why they could. Okay, 5 days, 6 days delays. I also know that it takes time. But the idea that you attempted it, that should give you a lot of points. Not attempting and failing is one thing. Attempting and failing is another thing. You attempted and you passed. So a lot of benefits out of this. It's not one. With one, this is so many. Therefore, you have to be very, very, consider yourself very fortunate, because what you have started as a trend, it will go and spread to the whole world at some point in time. So you are the people who will have the privilege, the credit of having begun it. Who climbed the Mount Everest first time? Edmund Hillary. He climbed. He remembers. Who went to the moon first time? Who stepped on moon, not just Neil Armstrong. Who went second? No, after Neil Armstrong, who went second to the moon? Means what? World remembers the first. We are the first to launch an app like this for the welfare of the world. The world will remember us with gratitude. They may not remember my name, your name, his name, her name, doesn't matter. They'll remember the work. Kritos smara, kritagum smara, kritos smara, kritagum smara. At the end, all that is remembered is what we have done in this world. Nothing else is. We may not be remembered, our names may not be remembered, but the work that we have done in the world, that is what. That is the final prayer of the departing soul. Vayo nara anil amrutamatedam basmantam shariram. Now my breath is merging with the higher Vayu, the immortal breath of God. And now this body is going to turn into ashes. What do I pray at this point of time? Oh mind, remember all the good that I have done. All the good that I have done was done by me. That's all is the last prayer of the departing soul. So someday we have to reach that stage, when we close our eyes, we'll say, Satya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam app, we were a part of that app. And today 50 million, 100 million children around the world are using that app and benefiting. That will be our joy. That will be our joy. And as for the hard work is that, oh yes, every good thing requires hard work. Even bad thing requires hard work only. Nothing happens without hard work. This is karma bhumi. All of you have done your karma. But what kind of karma? Not the bandini manushya not that which binds you to the world. That nalipyate, that which does not bind you. Why? Because you have done it for the sake of others, not for your selfish sake. So this is a liberating action, not the binding action. So you should be very happy. So all these benefits are there in the Gurukulam. But as I said, more importantly, with this app, we are beginning a whole new era of education, the way it is taught, the way it is learnt, and the way it is utilized later in our system of education. You all understood that. I am happy.